fresh and fit, everybody. So I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of I've been avoiding talking about these guys just because the way I looked at them before is a lot different than the way I looked at them now. And the thing is like back then I liked the message that they were spreading about you know, men taking on more accountability and leveling yourself up to being the best version of yourself that you can be. I agreed with all of that. The female nature stuff, I agreed with most of that as well. But bro, they went downhill and it was kind of out of nowhere. They say money doesn't change who you are. It just amplifies the real you. So surely enough, after seeing all the scandals that they got into, yeah, that just tells you the type of people they were from the get. But I want to watch why Abba and Preach were right because I don't know. This sounds like a dub for them. Yeah, man. Before we get into this, I did finish a website. It's brand new. I have a bunch of things on there. If you guys wanted to check it out, there's going to be a lot more on there than you see now. But for the most part, it's pretty much done. If you want to give it a look. But let's see what these guys are talking about, man.
No, but for real, the genesis of the thing. If we talk. I know what you want to talk about, but there's a genesis before, right? The genesis before is that when you went on their podcast and I was there, and then we talk about it, and I didn't know these guys.
Gotcha.
You knew these guys, right? Well, you knew about them.
Shit.
You know what I mean? The reason why you went, you went on, and I didn't know they existed. It's not even because I'm better than that. No, it's just I don't roam the internet like that, and I didn't know that even existed. So, and when you went there, and I was on, I was there, but remotely. I thought that shit was so horny. One thing that happened was that they asked me a question, I was answering it, and then they just cut me off and went into some shit with balaclavas and so, just to promote some shit on Patreon.
So I do remember watching that stream, not while it was live, but I remember watching it. And I think it has to do with that, bro.
And I was like, well, we're going to act like this never happened. Anyways, fast forward a couple of months after, you play a clip again of these dudes and you're like, oh, this is what they're saying. And they're talking about ex-workers and they're talking about
escorts, yeah.
If you use them, then nobody that's really like a high-value man or...
Yep, that's the one. That's the one.
Someone that really has money or really they don't use that. And
but yeah, essentially the genesis was we had a disagreement. We said pay for escorts.
Yes,
we understand why they pay, and they're like, no, you shouldn't pay. It's stupid to pay.
So we came up with a couple of reasons. Some of the bigger ones was the girl's not going to respect you on the same level. You're not going to get that genuine desire bedroom fun.
No.
Oh, but what we said furthermore, we said if that's...
See, I know what they mean by genuine desire. But, bro, this isn't someone you're trying to make your girlfriend, though. That's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about, you know, if you just trying. We're talking about how a man goes about releasing. So there's, you know, he could do it himself, which is not recommended. He could, you know, court a woman. That's the traditional way to do it, right? That's what majority of men do. What they're talking about, this escort thing, that's not really something that, that's not a conversation that people, it's a conversation that a lot of people would not be on board with. And I understand why they wouldn't, because, like, I thought the same thing at first, but then, I don't know, I guess either as time goes on, you might change your opinion on it, but for the most people, you know, probably not.
What you claim, then you really do not know what you're talking about in terms of that.
Yeah. But once again, that girl's only there for the money, so there's no respect. Who cares? If you're only there for the sex, let's not make it sound like wanting to bang a girl's like some noble cause that deserves respect. Who cares?
And that's what we said. And then they got pissed.
All right, here we go.
She even said it in the text. You were fucking other girls. Nigga, duh.
Yeah.
So when they say oh fresh,
yo, this situation when he this I wish I was making videos around this time, but this was pretty funny. That's why it kind of like dropped off their radar, man, because like I don't really respect fresh and fit like how I used to. They used to be cool, like when they were cool with Kevin Samuels, and then they just turned into knuckleheads, man.
Your girl does not. No, I was smashing the hoe.
Yeah.
It was fun, and I just ended it. She got mad, made a phone call.
The apartment thing was what pissed her off.
Yeah, I'm pregnant. Cool.
She thought she was like
She thought she looked up.
running game.
But she don't. But she don't know how to roll.
And here's the other thing too, because a lot of people were saying like Fresh was paying for all this other shit. In my head, I'm like, okay, if he was paying her for she wouldn't have done all this shit.
Thank you,
Yeah.
bro.
Like she wouldn't have done all that. Like the fact that he didn't pay is why she was so angry.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Looking back now, I kind of wish I paid because it'd be way easier. No.
Right. I mean, he said it, right? Because let's look at it. This situation he's talking about, y'all remember that I think she was an Asian fitness model, I think is what she was. You know, he got her pregnant, and then all this stuff just happens, bro. She probably wasn't even pregnant because nothing really happened after that. She was talking about, oh, I don't want to kill the baby. It's my baby. So I doubt that stood tall. You know what I mean? But yeah, he probably, if he would have just approached her, if that was, I mean, I think she was an escort, right? Is what she ended up getting exposed to be. So if he just was just keeping it on that transactional, that distance of transaction, all that shit he went through would have never happened. I'm telling you, it would have never happened. I can't stand Fresh and Fit now though. Mostly Myron. Fresh, I don't really have a problem with him. He's got his stuttering issues. I never really looked at him with any. I never looked at him with any crosshairs. Myron, on the other hand, I can't stand Myron, bro. The biggest thing that I don't like is all the talk about accountability, and yet everything that happens to him, their demonetization, them getting kicked off of Twitch multiple times, they just don't. He just doesn't seem to do what he preaches, and that's something that I cannot stand. I tried to make sure I don't do that, and if you ever see me slipping, call me out, bro, because I need to be held accountable if I'm gonna hold other people accountable. But yeah, man, I guess Fresh and Fit, I'm surprised they're still being talked about, or they're still being, I'm surprised they're still in the picture to be talked about, I guess. Yeah, man, what do y'all think about Fresh and Fit? Did your guys' opinion of them change like mine did? Let me know, man. Also, video, I'm dropping a lyric video this weekend, so make sure you watch that, guys. I hope my mouth has not been chapped this entire video, because this lens be picking everything up and shit, so yeah. But thanks for watching the video, y'all. Peace.